A really nice twist on a classic rear kitchen floor plan. The Eddie Bauer 32MKS just made a rear kitchen more versatile. And they did that by adding in this workstation. You have a desk right here that just gives you that flexibility of if you need countertop space, you have it, right? You can use this as prep space. If you want a spot to be able to sit and work, you get that as well. And one of my favorite things about it is there's a big window here. So you don't feel like the bad kid staring at a wall. You get to look outside. And if you have a beautiful view, if you're backed up to an ocean, you can enjoy that here as well while you're working. That's probably the most ideal situation to be able to work in, right? You also have overhead cabinet space. I think they did a good job with the colors. You can see here that the kitchen uppers are nice and bright, so it just makes the space feel larger, even though, again, I have a lot of ceiling height. I'm 6 foot tall, I have no issues here whatsoever. So if you're a taller person, this is a good coach as well. You also see you have storage kind of here on both sides. So, whether you need it for pots, pans, or if you need to like shove a small printer in there or something, you have that capability as well. Then we kind of get into the rest of the kitchen. You have the Ever-Chill. I'd like to give this a 16 cubic foot. Yeah, yep, 16.2 cubic foot fridge freezer combo here. You have some crispers, 2 freezers right down below. So plenty of cold storage. And because you have dual opposing slides, it's still allowed for a kitchen island. The thing I like about this one is that they offset the sink to one side. A lot of manufacturers put the sink in the center. Not a big fan of that because then it just kind of cuts both sides, both your prep space kind of down into something that's not very useful. Whereas here, I can put a full cutting board here and actually be able to do what I need to do, be able to prep, food, wash, turn right around, get to my cooktop, do everything that's necessary. You will see that it uses a thermoformed countertop, which allows us to undermount the stainless steel bowl. Nice decorative high-rise faucet there as well. Storage underneath kind of all throughout here. And then, as I said, right across the way, you have additional prep space plus a 3-burner cooktop with an oven. You have the hood right up top as well as the microwave, additional storage space right up here. And again, you have the nice dark green Eddie Bauer lowers with the bright uppers. Then moving over a little bit further, we get into some pantry space. So, it's not the biggest pantry in the world, but it is nice and deep. You can, probably fit most of your dry goods in there. Plus you have drawers all running all the way down. You can see that, again, not super deep drawers, but they are deep enough. They will do the trick. And then we get a little bit more. I would probably use this for pantry space. You can really, if you want, you can put DVDs or whatever else back here, but you kind of have like this hidden extra storage, which is really nice. Especially for me, in all honesty, I'm probably putting some bottles of bourbon back there. But, it's just because that way it's not, it's not out and it's just kind of tucked away. So, if we want to bust it out, we can, but it's not going to be the first thing people see when they come in. You get the TV there with the sound system right down underneath here. It is JBL, which is really nice. You're going to have a name brand. You have speakers inside as well as outside. You have 2 zones right here as well. That is Bluetooth capable, and you get the fireplace underneath, which, is going to be really nice. It's not only going to look nice, it's also going to be a space heater. I do want to point out here on this side of the island, you have some additional storage, which again is something that's pretty rare. You don't often see this. I think that's a smart move, just giving you a little bit extra. And then we get into the kind of the main living space, right? So the other thing I like about this floor plan is it just has a lot of seating. They did something that's really cool in the fact that they gave you a jackknife sofa here kind of midship, which is something we don't see very often. But I do enjoy this, especially with having the theater seats. That way everyone can kind of congregate here and have good conversation. You will see, again, as I mentioned, the theater seats right there. That's going to be right across from the TV, exactly where you wanted it. And, again, those kickbacks are going to be wall huggers, windows all the way throughout the slides here too. And then we have the dinette. So you do have a spot to actually sit and eat. I'm seeing a lot of floor plans that are going away from, having like a permanent spot to eat and just giving you like a table or something in front of the sofa. I'm glad they didn't do that. I personally like still having a space, especially because I like to play board games, and this gives me the opportunity to do it. Kind of have the decorative light right up top there as well. The other thing you'll notice, if you take a look underneath that dinette, it is completely open, and I don't mind that either. It makes it super easy to access anything you need to get to, and as you would expect, this table does drop down to be able to turn into a bed, and of course, the jackknife sofa also folds down for additional sleeping space. The bathroom is nice and spacious as well. Right up here is going to be the vanity. You see that you get some extra countertop space over to the side, which is nice. Decent storage down underneath as well. And then we also have just a spot over to the side here for our linens, as well as a mirrored medicine cabinet. If I take a seat on the old porcelain throne, it is a porcelain bowl, by the way, you can see I have plenty of leg room, excellent shoulder space here as well, so I don't feel cramped. It's one of the nice things about having a bigger RV like this with the side aisle bath. Now, when I step into the shower, Again, this is a pretty good size shower. I can stand sideways in here and actually shower. A lot of times, you're kind of doing one of these, that's to take the hand wand and make it happen. But I can actually shower like a normal human, and at 6 foot tall, I can stand all the way up in here. And then we get to the bedroom. Now, what you'll notice is because it's a slide-out bed, you have a lot of space right here, which is really nice. Somebody could actually change clothes and do normal bedroom things. There is a queen bed in a slide. It is a actual residential 60 by 80 inch queen bed there. Of course, you have the window up top with additional storage up above that, and storage underneath, including a little dog kennel right there. So if you have a little four-legged friend with you, they have an extra spot they can sleep. And then you have some great additional storage, right? You have storage right here, which kind of goes into that bathroom space. And then over on the other side, you have the large wardrobe. Both of the doors here are mirrored, but you have great hanging space there. And if you so choose, this is prepped for washer and dryer. So you can get washer dryer space. If you don't get a washer and dryer, well, then you have access from the outside as well as some additional hanging space there. And then lastly, right here at the foot of the bed, you have a little bit of additional storage, a window, and spot to mount a TV. Okay, let's take a look at some of the outside features in the 2025 Eddie Bauer 32MKS. Starting right up front, that's the fact this one does come with a power tongue jack, just making it a lot easier to level front to back, as well as a lot easier to hook up and disconnect from your tow vehicle. You'll have two 20-pound propane tanks with a cover behind that, of course, rails for the battery, as well as solar prep. So if you want to just buy like briefcase style solar, you can plug it in right there. Diamond plating here, of course, to help protect the front end from any rocks and debris that get thrown up by your tow vehicle, as well as a smooth aluminum on the front. They also kind of have this faux windshield look, which I personally really like. I think it just looks good, but it helps eliminate any chance for leaks. And again, you have that big wardrobe there, so it's not like a window would do you any good. So I think that was a good choice. Something else I really like when we talk about construction is we come around to the side. Not all aluminum exteriors are the same, folks. This right here is going to be a thicker aluminum than what you would normally get. So it feels a lot nicer, and it's not going to dent nearly as easy. So a lot more durable than what you would normally get. When we were inside, I talked about that washer dryer prep. If you do get washer dryer, again, this one you basically just lock off and don't use. But if you choose to forego that, you do have some additional storage. Now, obviously, this is pretty small. I understand that. They did add some storage on the other side, on the utility side, which we'll take a look at in just a moment. Going back a little bit further, though, you see hookup for TV in case you do want a TV outside. Those JBL speakers I said that we had are going to be right out here. Again, those are controlled by that unit inside right next to the fireplace. You also see power stabilizer jack. So just touch of a button to stabilize everything after it's level. Again, just remember not to use those to try to level the coach. That's not what they are designed for. Taking a look up top, you'll see a power awning with LED light strips. That's nice and easy to use. Gives you great coverage. And again, because you don't have any vents or anything right here on this side, this is all great usable camp space. You'll also see that you have the MORryde step above steps, making it nice and easy to get into the coach, as well as the larger grab handle here for a little bit more access. The door, you will see, kind of has, not frosted, I don't know what you want to call this, but the diffused window there, so that light still comes in, but it still provides privacy, which is really nice. Make our way back a little bit further. If you drop down, you will see the aluminum alloy wheels. Currently, it has Goodyear Endurance tires on there. Don't know if they're going to continue with that, but I sure hope so, because it is a great tire to have on there. Excellent peace of mind while you're driving down the road. You'll also see the outside kitchen. So you have the mini fridge right here, as well as a pull-out griddle. I personally prefer a griddle over having a 2-burner cooktop. This is just way more useful. And of course, the mini fridge, for obvious reasons, is always a good choice. Again, another control for the rear stabilizer, rear stabilizer jacks right there. You will see that you have a square tubular bumper with end caps. Mounted to that is a full-size spare tire. Hopefully you never have to use it, but if you do, it is very easy to access. Then if we take a look up top, you will see this one has backup camera prep. Let's talk about the front half here on the utility side. You will see right here is your fresh tank fill, black tank flusher underneath that. You will have 2 of your 3 terminations. This one actually does have 3. The third one being in the very back. The other 2 obviously right here. Now, I talked a little bit earlier about some additional storage, and you will see you have a couple places for it. One is right here. This is going to be underneath your queen bed that we saw inside. This is great additional storage space. And then you kind of get the other side of that front storage. You'll see that they obviously separated this out, but you do have this great additional storage, and it does have a motion sensor light there as well. Now, if you like what you're seeing, you'd like price and availability, there will be a link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker. Until next time, we'll see you.